Welcome back to Two Shit Blokes with Jason and Dave, proudly recorded at the Hills Podcast Studio inside the beautiful Bella Vista Hotel. Thank you for having us. Send this to your mates, your enemies. We're not really picky. We just want to get the message out there of all things great in the world of NRL, NFL, horse racing, and the great game that it is. Follow us on Spotify so you know when the next episode is up and running. Tone disclaimer, there is no editing. It's raw and harsh, but we just don't care. Or maybe the producer doesn't know what he's doing. Either way, here we are, ready to rock and roll. Enjoy. And we're in it again. So finals time in the NRL. So before we kick off into that, let's go with our usual listener feedback. And we've got the big man, Dan Ox. Great ep this week. For once, I agree with everything Jason said about the Tigers, especially how their failures and even their fans loses. That's harsh, mate.
Correct.
It was absolutely great to see Dave's team, Notre Dame, and Giants lose, even though Wilson had the game of his life. Love Dave's rant about the bookies and record profits. That only happens when people follow your tips. After my win this week, I'm back again. Eagles to win, Commanders to win, Derrick Henry anytime, James Cook anytime, Packers to win. His multi did get up.
Yeah, I wrote it underneath there.
Yeah, it was. Oh, did you? You did too.
Yeah, I'll put it in there.
I don't even because
he needs a wrap for his.
It was good.
Yeah, it was.
And I know they're favourites, but people don't realise favourites in the NFL, unless you're playing the Giants, it doesn't mean a thing.
Listen, don't start. All right, we're not. Just don't. Okay. It hurt my feelings last week, and I sat here and listened to you crap on about how bad the Tigers were and never said a word. And then you smash me over the Giants. Inappropriate, unnecessary.
No, that was necessary because I still haven't forgiven you for the Tigers Cowboys. I haven't forgiven you.
Best day ever.
Yeah, see, that's why you're even smiling when I mention it.
Early
see,
crow.
that's why
and you tried to do it on the weekend.
I try every time they play the Sharks. I hate you. All right.
Yeah.
Speaking
so what was his multi?
There was. He had the Cowboys to win, which they did in who did they beat again, Dave?
Giants.
In extra time?
67-yard field goal. Anyway,
in extra time. And then he had the Ravens.
Dicks just like the Tigers do.
So he had the Cowboys, the Ravens, the Bills, and Eagles all to win. And I think the only game that was really hard there, obviously the Cowboys in extra time, but the Eagles made hard work of it against the Kansas City Chiefs. We got Big Jazz again. He goes...
The gay lover. People are disappointed we stopped calling him the gay lover, so I have to bring it back.
I think it's fair enough. I think after a few beers he may well be.
Yep.
I know I gave you two shit blokes a lot of praise offline last week for a fantastic episode last week, and I stand by it, even though I didn't get the expected abuse back, which is really disappointing. Where the hell is Dave's random story time, and what can Jace rant about now that the Tigers are in Bali? I'll show you what I can rant about. I do like his comments.
To be honest with you, we didn't abuse him because it's like punching a retarded kid. So,
shit. Wow. It just escalated really quickly.
No, but you can't just give it to the bloke full time.
Yeah, I know, but he was really nice about what he said.
I know, but we don't like nice. We don't respond to...
I can't believe you went there. All right, that's just rough.
Are you allowed to say the R word?
Well, we just did.
Okay.
There's a new comment here from Commitment Issues Better Half. So would you like to explain who that is, Dave?
That is my son's future wife.
I just find it interesting that Dave gets a +1 invite to a social event, then spends half the next potty wishing that person happy birthday, but he witnesses his future daughter-in-law blow her knee to pieces and she doesn't even get a mention. I see where I stand. On a serious note, we've recently had a seat at the wedding become available now that Dave won't be attending. So anyone wants a free feed and booze, hit me up. I think it's nice that she's putting the invite out there, but I'd like to see the day happen, actually, because it took 10 years to get there. I'm not convinced it's going to happen at that date that
Josh
they said.
Going to pull the pin.
I think he will.
Now the campaign from me.
Well, now she's broken.
Yeah, she's broken. By the way, it's just a scratch.
It was a scratch, mate. You rub some dirt on it. Like you're playing Z grade netball. You're down by 30, running for a ball. you hurt your knee, mate.
And you
get
trip
up.
over your own feet, and you scrape your knee, and then you go, "Oh, I've done my ACL.
And I need bed rest. Oh, look, listen.
I need to have the rest of the year off school."
Oh, okay. The typical public servant.
Correct.
I mean,
Well, you would know.
I would. Rub some dirt on it. Get back to it. Come on.
Can I just say one thing? You bring these people into your house, right? You love them, right? You nurture them, and then they publicly sledge you.
They spray you.
And I don't mention personal things on the podcast because I like to keep it, it's her business. I don't want to put it all over the World Wide Web, as they would say.
Well, that's right. But do you think that's why it took him 10 years to propose?
There's certainly signs.
Yeah, clear. Okay, we have a new comment from Adrian Casson. Are you okay, Jace? Worried about you. It's the Tigers, you expect too much. And he's so you know what? That for me is a comment of the week because that is so true.
He's a great bloke, Casson.
That is. It's the Tigers, and that's what you get. And he's right. Unfortunately, yeah, you just keep putting yourself out there, and that's what happens. They break your heart. And now I believe you've got a comment that didn't get into quick enough, but that explains who it's coming from.
Texted to me. Jack me off here. I hope Jason is okay after his meltdown about the Tigers last week. They were all very worried about you. I had phone calls straight away, Jace. I completely agree with Adrian Casson. Oh, no, he gets a rap twice. You expect too much from the Tigers. Time to get a new team. Great work to the Ox. Oh, geez, he's blowing all his mates today. Great work to the Ox last week for his Monday morning fill-up. I hope all the listeners piled in. Also, a mention to Dixie Wrecked for tipping a $6.50 winner for fill-up Friday. This week's fill-up, Newcastle, race 7, number 3, Headley Grange. Each way $8 to 70 to win. And he's pretty keen on Randwick race 9, number 2. This is on Saturday. Private Harry on its way to the Everest.
Okay. Yeah, no.
So thank you, Jack me off.
It's good that he did get a win. It's like darts, right? If you keep throwing the dart at the board, you'll eventually hit a bullseye. And that's what he's done. He eventually
that's what we did with our wives. We just kept throwing until we got
one that said yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and a good one.
And a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying nice things. There we go.
Oh, yeah. After your earlier comment. See us cancelled. All right. So thanks again for your feedback. That was good. I really did enjoy some of them. But again, keep it coming. The good, the bad, or the defamatory. We'll read them all again next week. All right. Here we are. NRL news. Dave's put in the news, Newcastle appoint Holbrook as coach. I did say that last week, but Dave's a bit slow, and he's put it in this week.
They didn't only appointed him last night, mate. So you were doing.
Well, mate, I said it last week that they've appointed him.
Well, they didn't. They didn't do it till yesterday. So
I said he's appointed. All right. Okay.
He will be appointed, as you
again. Is this like the Warriors-Eels match? Do we need to go to the audio and which you refused to do last week?
I won't watch it.
Yeah. This is exactly the same. I said it last week, and now you've put it in as news. All right, well done.
And it's a right decision.
And you've got a mini rant on James Hooper sentence.
I do. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, your enthusiasm's killing me, Jace.
Yeah, go.
All right. So, Jason Hooper did all the right things after he...
Sorry, if it's Jason or is it James Hooper?
James Hooper.
Yeah.
You just make me so angry.
Yeah.
All right, that I'm just enraged. And I'm pretty sure he regrets his actions. Good on him for having a strong legal team and getting a pretty light sentence.
What was his sentence?
He got 18 months community service order with rehab and all that crap, and 6 months off his licence.
Okay.
Which I think is an absolute disgrace, right?
Yep.
He got and this has nothing to do with Mr. James Hooper, right? This is for the court system in general, right? He had a DUI back in 2017.
Yep.
Lost his licence for 3 months.
Yep.
This time he gets 6 months. What I just said. Honestly, the crime doesn't fit the punishment doesn't fit the crime.
Yep.
He did, hire cars for people so they weren't without a vehicle and got them fixed, but so he should, right? So let me put in perspective what 0.253 is, as in a drink, right? 0.253 is 15 schooners in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right? So he would have to be drinking a schooner every 12 minutes for 3 hours to have 5 schooners an hour.
Yeah.
That is a lot of drink.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not drink driving, high rate. It's reckless endangerment.
Yeah.
Right? It's like drinking 15 schooners and doing burnouts in a car park at a football ground with thousands of people there. You're going to kill someone eventually. I just think my rant is that the justice system is a load of fucking shit. Right?
I agree with you that it is. I think, though, when you start sentencing people based on what could have happened is very dangerous, and I don't agree with that. I think also, too...
Okay, so he's a personality, right?
Whoa.
No, just let me... It's my rant. I'll say what I want.
You keep talking.
I will. Okay, all right.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go.
I also think you have to factor in that he lost his livelihood. He had the greatest gig in the world. He was on the
Which
radio.
he'll get back in January.
Wait to be seen.
Okay,
right?
We'll talk about it when he gets back.
Okay, let's talk about it then. Again, you're punishing him for something that might happen.
Yeah.
I think that it's a fair reflection of a sentence.
He should have got 2 years off the road.
Oh, look, yeah, probably. But
you think that's
hung up on it.
Joe Bloggs that sits here and has 15 schooners and drive home would get 6 months?
Oh, look, probably. Like at the moment, yeah, I think that the legal system is broken. And I think at the moment that nothing surprises me. I guess where you're coming from is somewhere that I'm probably less caring about because I've seen it too often. I see it every day. It doesn't.
If you're paralytic and you get in a car, odds are you're going to kill someone.
Yeah, but if he had killed someone, it's a different conversation.
When he goes to jail for 10 years, isn't it? Right. But the problem is that he's a media personality. He's going to be in the media, and people who have 15 schooners will go, oh, I'll just have 15. I'm only going to get 6 months. What does it matter?
Well, I don't think anyone's going to want 6 months off the road plus a large fine. I think you got to be careful not to punish someone.
The fine was $800.
Yeah, again, he's already lost everything. So, again, okay. That's your rant. Is it over?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, cool. All right, let's get into something more interesting, like, watching paint dry, or let's talk about the finals. Let's go. Game 1 was Friday night. Storm 26, Dogs 18. Dave.
It was a very good game of football. I did enjoy it.
I did enjoy it too.
I did enjoy watching the Dogs fall apart. The completion rates were pretty similar. It's 82% to 79% to the Dogs. The Dogs had 61 missed tackles.
That surprised me. It did surprise because I didn't think they missed that many in the game.
It didn't look that bad. I thought the score flattered the Dogs.
Yeah. It
did kill my multi for the week because I had under 38.5. But anyway, let's not get too deep in it. Look. The reality of life is that there's been a lot of hype around Toby Sexton this week.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Me neither.
I just didn't see it.
Me neither. I didn't see it.
I thought he did straighten them up a little bit, but they still didn't offer a lot in attack.
No.
Burton, as you said last week, looked better in the centres than he does running in the halves.
Yeah, he does.
Speaking of Dogs fan, they're off your mate General Awards.
They've taken it to another level, and I don't agree with it. Like, I've bagged him out, and we're talking about Lockie Gowan. I've bagged him out from a personal point of view of the heartbreak when he left the Tigers, the manner he did it. I don't rate him. I don't rate how he's done it. I don't probably even go further to his old man and how he behaved and how they acted in what they did to the Tigers. But I don't think that you should be bombarding a kid with death threats or going after his family because of it. I think it's a game. He made a decision which I don't agree with, but again, it's a game, and we joke about with what we call him here, but that's harsh, mate.
He's still a kid.
They've gone they've gone nuclear on him, mate, and he has not been good for them, and he hasn't. But it's also not entirely his fault. Like, he's not a half. Yeah,
but I got a different perspective on it. I blame Gould and
100%.
Serraldo for putting a kid who's 19, who hasn't played high-level football in his life, into a high-performing football team and expecting him to meet that level, right? He shouldn't have been put in that position. No. And when they worked out that he wasn't ready, right, they should have pulled him and had him off the bench or whatever they wanted to do to bring him through the system properly. And there's a real chance that they're going to ruin him.
I agree. I think his confidence would absolutely be shot. In that game, he looked lost. He looked like he didn't want to make a decision as a half. Now, as a 5'8", he's a completely different player. He likes to run the ball and that. So I hope it hasn't gone into his confidence when he plays this week at 5'8". But he looked he looked nervous in how he played. Defensively, teams have worked him out.
Yeah.
They're just targeting
they're saying the Panthers are going to run at him all day.
Why wouldn't you?
I agree.
I agree with what you've said about the game. I don't, tell me if you think I'm wrong, and you probably will. I think if Crichton is not injured, the Dogs actually win that game.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I just thought
I'm not impressed with the Storm at all.
No, that's what I mean. I called it, I said Warbrick and Anderson have errors in them, and nearly cost them the game. Like, they were terrible in the first half.
You know, it's funny. I said that. I was watching it with my friends, right?
So yourself.
With other blokes, right?
Where was I?
Well, you're all mafia, so...
That's hurtful.
Yep. With Buzzy and Andy and the boys. And I said to him, look, Warbrick will make a mistake. He can't hang on to the pill. 2 seconds later, he's made a mistake. Then he makes another one. Their centres make more mistakes than you can... Like, Meaney needs to go back into the centres because the other bloke's got nothing.
Which one? You're talking about Howarth?
Yeah.
I don't mind Howarth. I thought he actually brought something to that game. I thought he ran.
His defence is shocking.
But he ran with such power. It was his first game back from a shoulder or a dislocation. I thought he was very good.
What happened to the snorkeler?
Oh yeah, he's on the bench. Like, they don't. You're talking Murray and Seve. Yeah. I don't think they're. He's just not in their top 17. I honestly believe it, and I said Dogs were my tip, my round, because I thought they would get him. I actually do honestly believe if Crichton plays, and probably to a lesser extent, if Kickout doesn't spend 15 minutes early on in the bench, that they win that game. Because I just thought Crichton brings so much to that team that they lost it and they never recovered. Stilly Tupanua is a fantastic footballer for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Mate, he will give you the best fight. Like, he's like a 45-year-old.
You just got to weather that 5-minute storm and then he's cooked.
He's like a 45-year-old married man having sex. He'll give us, a short spurt and then he's out. Like,
I don't have about 5 minutes. What is it? I
said a short spurt, right? That's cuddling included.
Yeah, but that's walking up the stairs and taking your clothes off.
So he was, but he comes on and he just tears it up for 5 minutes, and then he's just like, all right,
I'm cooked.
The hand goes up and he's done. It's like, holy crap.
I think with him, the Roosters don't get rid of good players.
Oh, no, right? They don't. They definitely don't. But he, I still think, if you weather that storm for 5 minutes, you've done well. Jonah Pezzett was great.
Yeah,
I thought his kicking game as well.
Do you know, before the 40-20, he wasn't great.
No, he wasn't.
And then his confidence after that 40-20 was outstanding.
Yeah.
He just moved to another level.
It was really good.
He's going to Souths, right?
Oh, hasn't been signed.
I thought okay. I heard rumours that was a loan deal thing.
Yeah, I think they knocked back the loan.
It back,
yeah.
Sorry.
Connor Tracy had his best game. That's what I thought.
Yep. Can you explain this to me? Why not once did they kick to Coates in the corner?
I don't know. It baffled me, mate.
Especially when you got money on him.
Maybe that's why.
Probably. I could stop anyone.
I think Burton's kicks, it was probably the worst I've seen him kick.
Yeah.
He didn't do much with his kicking game. None of those big spiral bombs went up. Can we talk about Bailey Hayward?
How many tackles? 15?
15. He missed 15 tackles.
Yeah, he's the future.
I've never seen anyone miss that many in a rugby league game. He made 51 and he missed 15.
Yeah.
They targeted him all night and he had I even think his confidence was starting to be shot because he started off as in the halves. He went to
I've got a stat that's worse than that coming.
I'm sure you do.
As one of our favourite players.
He started in the halves, lock forward, and now he's playing hooker. He I think he's struggling to find out where he fits in the team. And it's showing. So
again, another young bloke that hasn't played higher level football, right, that they've put in at the end of the year, right, and he's struggling. It's bad management.
I think it's poor coaching.
Yeah.
I really don't think – I think Cameron Ciraldo for the players he has got, I think he's really fucked this one up. I apologise for swearing, but I don't really know how else to say. I really think he's fucked it up. He had everything was going well, and he just goes, no, I'm going to redo some pieces here, and it just hasn't worked. It hasn't worked.
I totally agree with you.
Don't do that. And you talk about Sexton, and look, he did straighten them up, but he also missed 4 tackles. Burton missed 5.
Well,
missed 4.
Here's the thing that I noticed. That kick out on the full
that
changed the momentum of the game, and then that was the end of it. So, in one and his try that they're all raving about, it come off his knee. He didn't even mean it. Calm down. Seriously.
I do think the Storm are there for the taking, though. I don't think they were great. They get possibly Hughes back and Pappenhausen in the net for the next game they play. But they have issues. They need to fix it. They had enough ball where they should have won convincingly.
Yeah.
And their attack was not, it wasn't crisp. It wasn't, it just wasn't good. And I say that with the respect because they did have key players out. I did think Munster was very good. I thought he just was in everything. So,
well, as a Shark supporter, I'm more scared of the Raiders than I am of the Storm.
Yeah.
I think the Sharks. I don't think the Sharks can beat. Anyway, we'll get to that. But I don't think they can beat the Raiders. But I think they can beat the Storm.
I honestly think anyone can beat the Storm at the moment.
Yeah,
that's left in this finals race. Okay, we go on to the Saturday game. The first of it, the first final was the Warriors versus the Panthers in New Zealand. Warriors 8, Panthers 24.
It was terrible conditions. It was very hard to play open football.
Yeah, it was.
It was sheets of rain. It was terrible.
But a sellout crowd.
And loving it, having
Every
the best time
of
of their lives.
Yeah.
Tanner Boyd struggled again for the Wars. We've talked about him before.
3 errors, 4 missed tackles.
The Wars lost a lot of players during that game. So they had a lot of injuries.
That's their whole year. They're going to be a dangerous team next year, I believe.
I agree.
Because they've had to blood players they wouldn't have played, and now they're going to be better off for this year's experience. Because my opinion of this game was they almost pulled it out. Like they made a bit of a comeback in that second half.
Yeah,
it was there for the taking, but again they just didn't have the class to do it.
And Cleary controlled it.
Yeah, this is just a very, very, very good rugby league team. The Warriors, I believe, they just lost too many players throughout the year, and they just couldn't compete on the day.
Yeah, Luck got them. And I wrote that the Wars tried really hard, but just didn't have the talent on the day to cover the Panthers. And the game came down to 45 missed tackles to the Wars, and they had 16 errors to 9 to Panthers, and they'll just strangle you from that. And by no means did the Panthers smash them.
No, they didn't, no.
And the attack from the Wars is shocking at the moment. They can't put points on because they're missing their key players, so...
I bagged out Chance Nickel Clockstack a few weeks ago.
He was pretty good.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. And I'm glad to see it because he's too good a player. And it was great to see.
It was.
Jackson Ford made 61 tackles for the Warriors, which is incredible effort. Their centres missed 5 tackles each. And I think that's the ball game. To be honest, I think if your centres are struggling defensively, they're under the pump. You're not going to win.
Especially when you're putting big back rowers up. Running straight at them.
Yeah, Papali has been very good for Penrith, particularly last month.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I'm glad the Tigers got rid of him. Clearly, there was a reason for it.
He couldn't play football.
Just couldn't play football. Blaze Talangi missed 6 tackles.
Yeah, again, another kid that's never been in the big time, right?
Yeah.
And, I don't think he's in the same sort of era as Haywood and Galvin, but I certainly think that... he's struggling, and this is good time for him to get blooded.
Yeah, he's a smaller back, so I think as he gets older, he'll develop. But Dylan Edwards is still making errors, and I think that he could pull out a bad one when it matters most. Which that's it.
Yeah, let's say that the Panthers win this weekend. I can't see him beating the Broncos.
Oh, I disagree. I think Penrith can beat anyone at the moment. I think Penrith they're a threat. Because in the big game, they just know what to do. They still got great players. They got the best halfback in the game, who's probably one of the best players in the game. So I think when you have that, you'll challenge anyone.
Yep. Okay.
We'll skip the next game because that really offered nothing. Probably just go to Sunday.
No, we've got to do the game of the week.
The Sharks versus the Roosters at Shark Park. Sharks 20, Roosters 10. I'll let Dave go and have his moment here.
Well, I'm not a big bragger, so I thought it was a physical game. I thought the Roosters are trying to hide their deficiencies with just bashing people. I thought Trindle and was outstanding, and Nico was pretty good as well. Mark was murdering Mulatalo. Absolutely murdering him.
Just go back. You said their deficiencies. What do you see as the Roosters' deficiencies?
Well, I just think their halves need to grow. Their centres are a little off.
Yep.
They just need time to grow into the football team. And even though I'm not a big fan of the DCE type thing, he'll bring some maturity into their spine. And they got Reece Robson coming down from the Cowboys.
Yes.
Right, so their spine's going to improve. I just think they're missing a few pieces.
They're missing a good 9. They are. They're missing a good 9.
So I think, next year they're very dangerous.
Yeah, they've found some very good players, haven't they?
They have. So, again, Mark, he's a freak.
Yeah.
Mulatalo, the carry-on that he carries on when he scored his tries. I could have scored those tries, right?
Yeah, so he had 4 errors and 5 missed tackles, and he carries on like he's Andrew Johnson.
That's right. Yeah. So I've written here, I know he scored 2 tries, but he had 4 errors and 5 missed tackles. He only made 8 tackles. So
he missed a third of every tackle.
That's right. He's running at 33.3% of his tackles. The Roosters' completion rate was only 68%, and they had a 7-4 penalty count to the Sharks. The Roosters missed 41 tackles. So did the Sharks, actually. So I've written here that the Sharks are going to have to improve massively to compete with the Raiders.
There's a few things from this game. The Sharks only had 1 restart, and that was, I think, in the 62nd minute. Roosters had 3. So the Roosters had a lot of the ball. They seem to struggle just in the flow of the game. I thought they just didn't have the finishing brilliance that other teams have. Particularly, the Sharks were very good when they had given opportunity. For me, it's as simple as this: the Roosters dropped far too many ball to be competitive at this level. They made 5 line breaks to 3. They broke more tackles. They broke double the amount of tackles than the Sharks. They had 41 broken tackles.
Had more run meters. Yeah. They had more possession.
That's what I mean. So they missed 22 tackles to the Sharks, 41. So everything was in their favour except for completion percentage
and the score.
Yep. So against the Storm, when they won 40-10, they completed at 88%. They lost to Parramatta earlier in the year and completed at 57%. This is not an isolated incident. And a mate of mine is a diehard Roosters fan, and he was as animated as I get about the Tigers, and he just sprayed the coach and said, he's got all these good players, and he's got great players in this team. We're talking about the coach, Robinson.
Yep.
But he has not fixed their discipline or their ball handling in a number of years. Both are an issue for this club, and yet they still do not respect the football when they're playing at any level, particularly in the finals. You said last week, if the Roosters hold the ball, you're worried, obviously.
Yep.
And if they didn't, Sharks would win, and that's exactly what happened. I said the same thing. The Roosters need to address this. Now, I don't know, it's a big call, but is Robinson, they love Robinson, but is he the man?
He's not going anywhere.
I know that, but he is not improving this team in these areas over the last few years.
Well, I think we have this conversation next year.
Yeah, well, let's see how
he's got the cattle.
He's got the cattle, but he's going to have a 38-year-old halfback. He's going to have Teddy coming off a Dally M year, but Teddy will be a year older. He does and has found some very good players, absolutely. But they're an older team next year. If they don't improve this handling, the same thing will happen. They just do not respect that ball. So
agreed.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next year with them, but
I thought their pack was on. I thought the Sharks struggled to get out of their own end most of the game.
Your pack's not good.
No.
Like, you got Fanua Blake and the hooker, Brayley. They're great.
But as soon as Brayley let loose, he carved him up.
I carved him up. He's in the best form, well, definitely of his career, but he's in the top 3 hookers at the moment. Like, he's outstanding. Can I say, too, Toby Rudolph, he's the best personality you'll see in rugby league. He is outstanding to listen to when he's interviewed. I love the bloke.
Okay.
I don't know, you have a different opinion.
No, I don't. I just
saw him on Channel 9. He was great when he said, because Paul Gallen's on Channel 9, he comes up and says, I thought you might have a forward on here that you can actually understand. So, like, he takes the piss out of everyone, but he's just a natural at it. He's a great personality, and I think it's fantastic for the game. Great to see him score a try. I think he's a very good footballer too, and he's got a lot of resilience. Like, he was dropped, he was brought back, he's in and out. And then he scores a try when it matters. And I think, good on him. He really is a great personality for this game. So, yeah,
absolutely. Good to see. I just one more point. Angus Crichton, outstanding. Yeah, he was hurting people.
Yeah, we've
spoken about it. Absolute lunatic.
He just is. Yeah, he's devastating in defence. All right, we'll move on. Sunday football, Canberra. In the nation's capital, we have the Raiders 28, Brisbane 29.
What can you say?
Mate, I'll just say, this was a game for the ages.
Oh, mate, it was so good.
It was.
What didn't it have?
It just had everything. It was amazing. And it was also good for people that put on multis, because everyone I know that had a multi on the game won. Like, it was, my dear wife was pulling out 50-1 multis and having 10 on it. Like, she just needed all these Broncos to score. Last 20 minutes, she got a wish. Like, it was just
that fade out for the 10-minute period after toilet water got put in the bin and came back on. Mate, from then on, he just tore them apart.
Yeah, it was I was at the Tigers-Roosters game in 2010 that went for 100 minutes in the finals that Braithen Astor kicked a field goal from the sideline almost to give him the victory. And that was, again, people talk about probably one of the greatest finals of all time. This was better than that. And for me, you can't beat afternoon football. You can't.
No, you can't.
The quality, the ball handling, the skills, on a sunny day like that, it was just the best brand of football you could watch. It was free-flowing. There were some big hits. It had the theatre. It had the drama, everything. It was fantastic.
And I'm still talking about that game.
Oh, mate, I was talking about it to some lady today. Like, she was saying how great it was to watch. Like, and no one followed either team. It was just great to watch.
Oh, I was cheering for the Raiders, but anyway.
Oh, look, everyone was, but I had no issue with Brisbane winning. I would have loved to have seen Canberra win, but, mate, when you're up by, I think, 16 with 10, 15, 14 to go, or up by 14 with 15 to go.
We can't go to sleep.
They went to sleep, mate. They got no one to blame but themselves.
Yep.
I thought Ethan Strange, who we're a massive fan of, I thought he was really quiet in the second half. I thought that hurt him a bit.
Yep.
The running game went. He did score a try, but the running game went from him. He needs to be better than that. Like, he's a younger kid coming in. Like, they need people like him to stand up when the game's on the line, as we saw Reece Walsh stand up when the game's on the line. Reece Walsh was nothing short of brilliant. He was brilliant.
I don't know what happened with the Canberra right-hand defence with Stewart and Chris.
They've had a few issues throughout the year when you go and watch some of their games.
Yeah,
that's where teams.
But then they put it back together again. That 10-minute period where they couldn't number up.
I think Chris is not the fastest centre. He's a big body, and I think they just target him on the edges. Yeah. That's what it seemed like. I thought Hudson Young had his best game. It's hard to give any good stats about it because, I mean, the Raiders missed 67 tackles, but the game went for 100 minutes.
Yeah, but the Brisbane only missed 35.
Well, there you go. That's why they lost. They missed 67 tackles.
Canberra had the game won twice and had it overturned, and I agree with both decisions.
Yeah, I agree with both decisions. The thing I don't agree with was Hudson Young should not have been sin binned.
Yep, we'll get to that in my rant.
Okay.
Yep.
I've got my own opinion on this game and the sin binning and all that.
Okay, we'll talk about that in the rant. We can have an argument about that.
I look forward to that.
All right. Perfect, because I love fighting with you. It's my favourite.
I just thought this my rant will have something about this as well. But
we're doing a double.
Doing a double.
All right, well, let's do that.
But I loved this game. It was fantastic.
How good was Payne Haas? All right, just think about this.
On one leg.
He was on one leg. 91 fantasy league points. 91 on one leg.
Mate,
the best player on the park, as per the fantasy, however they do that shit. Right. By the way, did you win your fantasy comp
in the NRL?
Yes.
Second.
Oh, do better, mate.
I know.
Seriously.
But he was outstanding. I don't know. I don't want to single anyone out because it was just such a good game to watch. So I just think that this was the people will be talking about this game for ages. There'll be highlights of this game for ages, and so there should be. This should be why people watch rugby league, is for games like this.
Yeah. I will give a shout out to Tom Starling. Yeah. I gave him the Raystone Award. He made 62 tackles, but not only that, he saved one, got himself under. That was, I don't know how he got under there, how he stopped that try. It was outstanding.
Yeah, I actually didn't give it because it was only 4 games. I didn't do the awards actually, which but I agree with you with Starling. Some of his defence was.
Well, you got to give Reece Walsh.
Oh, he's a Jaden Campbell winner, mate. It's an obvious
second
thing.
week in a row for me. I'm a guy that doesn't rate him.
He just tore him up. Like he was brilliant. He really was brilliant.
And my Phil Gould award goes to the blunder again for putting Hudson Young in the bin.
Yeah, mine is that Ashley Klein. I don't blame the bunker for it. That was Ashley Klein's decision, and I blame him.
And he's going to get the grand final.
I hope not, seriously. Because I don't know who the ref was on Friday night, but he was far better in letting and controlled the game far better. I can't remember who it was, though. So, yeah, forgive me, folks. Not sure who it was, but hopefully Klein is not that ref.
He will be because it's politics, mate.
I know. All right. This week, we'll move on. This week's predictions. There's only the 2 games. We've got your mob playing on Saturday night in the nation's capital, Raiders, Sharks.
Yeah, well, how good's this going to be? My only concern, I'd say, firstly, I think the Raiders will win this game. All right. But my only concern is for the Raiders is the hangover of this game. It worries me that mentally it's going to be very difficult for them to get up after a game like that.
I was thinking the same thing, and I agree, because I think when you've just had such a letdown, how do you recover? Like, you would have had a week off. Your body would have recovered. You're back to it again, playing a team that is really on the up. Well, the Sharks are on the up. They're full of confidence. They're ready to go. And you've got to go and play again and again. And I think they will struggle. If they can score early, I think they'll run away with it. It'll boost them. I think if the Sharks can make it a bit of a dour affair,
which is our go,
I think the Raiders will get frustrated and I think they'll just get the shits. And the niggle will come into it and they could lose it. But I've written Canberra should win and win well, but like you, I think the hangover's there and they will struggle.
And they are at home, so that helps them. So,
yeah.
Look, you can't go past the Raiders. They deserve, in my opinion, they deserved to get into a grand final.
Yeah, they do.
And they deserve to have another crack at the Broncos.
They do, but
what you deserve is not always what you get.
No, it's not. So that's their Saturday game. And then the Sunday game, 4 p.m. at Homebush, the Dogs versus Panthers. 80,000 people will be at this game.
What day is this game on?
Sunday.
All right. Well, didn't you call me an idiot for saying it was on Saturday?
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough. And then said,
I called you that just because you are.
Just for breathing.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So you said, we'll get tickets, we'll go to this game, and then
It was on Saturday when I said that. Now
but then you
Sunday.
didn't say, it's on Sunday, we're not going.
Well, you ring my wife and tell her I'm not allowed to go away with her.
Well, it's not up to me to manage your social affairs.
It's up to her. She did.
It's just disgusting. You didn't tell anyone we weren't going. Jess is going to find out listening to the podcast.
I think he's been called far worse during this podcast.
I said it's like. I didn't say he was, you dickhead.
He has far bigger things to be angry about.
I don't want him to bash me. I'm only little.
So, can we back to the game?
Listen to the word. It's like, not he is. All right? Calm down. Seriously.
So, back to the actual game.
Right.
Dogs, Penrith, 4 o'clock Sunday. I think Penrith by a mile. they've named Crichton on the extended bench. If he plays, they need to bottle his blood and find out what's in it because it's not human.
Yeah.
They went and firstly, I think they actually said it's a Liz Frank injury, which is 9 months. It's surgery and then 9 months.
Yeah.
And now they're saying it's syndesmosis, which again is at least 4 weeks, 2 to 4. He's saying, no, I'm going to be back in 7 or 8 days.
I just wonder if they just think we're just going to needle him up. We're going to just rip it to pieces.
Oh, mate, it's risky. Look, I personally think that the Dogs are shot. I think their forwards will get absolutely annihilated by Penrith. Penrith will choke him out of the game. Cleary will kick him to bits, and they won't have an answer. Okay. They've named Sexton at half, Galvin at 6. Their centres are Burton and Cherry. I don't think the Dogs' kicking game will be good enough.
So what's your thoughts if, let's say Crichton doesn't play? Well, let's say Crichton plays, right? So they put him in the centres. They move Burton back into 6. They leave Sexton out there and put Galvin on the bench.
Oh, mate. I don't know.
Like, what do they do then? Mate, there's no doubt they wouldn't name Crichton on as 23 if they're not going to play him.
I think the opposite. I think they're making their mind games.
You don't think he's playing?
I don't think he's a chance in hell of playing.
Okay. All right.
I think that...
Because I actually think with Burton in the centres and Sexton at 7 and Galvin at 6, their balance is better.
Well, where's Bailey Hayward playing?
Apparently he's playing 9.
Where's Ray Marty playing?
I don't think he will be.
He's on the bench. I thought he was named. He was named. Right. We're going to have another fight.
No, I didn't say whether he was or he wasn't.
I thought he was named and Bailey either was third. Well, see, their forward pack to me, I don't rate at the moment. Like, they're too small. Like, they got Jaden Salmon at 13. They got Kikau and Preston at 11 and 12. Their front row, Curran is in the front row. I don't think he's big enough. Like, you don't want to take.
He plays with a lot of heart though.
He does, but you don't want to take on Moses Leota. like he's not. He's about the size of his thigh. He'll play with heart, and you're right. And they need to find that defence that they had early. But I just don't think this team at the moment is showing me enough to challenge or worry Penrith, who they've played this perfectly. They're rested. They put their reserve graders the last time the Dogs played. They're just ready.
And they didn't get overly stretched on the weekend.
No, and they showed, look, yeah, we'll do what we need to do. The Warriors did trouble them at times, and the Dragons scored 20 against them, so they're not perfect. But I just think that Penrith are just...
You don't think 90,000, 80,000 people at a core screaming Dogs fans going to give them an advantage over the...
Mate, if they were playing anyone without experience in the finals, I'd say, yeah, I think they're playing Penrith.
Yeah, I agree.
And Penrith are just like, mate, we've been here before, whatever.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I wish I was going, but, my mate brushed me.
Oh, well, so you go with Jez. Mate. That relationship might be broken now anyway.
I said...
Let's move on.
Yep.
Oh, all right. So we're going to go and review the teams that were from, where are we going? From 12th?
To 9th.
To 9th. Okay. Yep. So starting with the Cowboys.
Yep.
9 wins, 1 draw, 14 losses.
Yep. What went wrong, Josh? Jace.
That's what went wrong. You called the wrong name, you dickhead. What went wrong? Defence. Yep. I don't know. Like, this is a team that on paper that's great players everywhere. Injuries, yes and no. They finished better, but they were still allowing teams to score too many points on them. That's what went wrong. They stopped tackling.
Yeah, I thought the attitude, which then leads into defence. Yeah, they were, so I agree. What went right?
Oh, look, they beat some good teams. Drinkwater was great. Dearden was great. They lose Robson next year.
Yep.
I don't know what their development is looking like, but I think they need to find a few things. I did like Purdue. I think Purdue's an outstanding centre, and I think he's got a huge future. So I look forward to seeing what he can do.
Well, I just had that what went right, they played some pretty good attacking football. They just couldn't defend.
Yeah, that's right.
So they, get beat 48-40.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of upside for this team. I think Ruben Cotter, he kind of lost a bit of form from the year before. he's kind of a bit too small. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but they need to find a position for him where he doesn't get knocked out every week and can show the player he is. But, I think they'll be fine next year, to be honest with you.
So new players coming into the team, pretty much only Reed Marnie.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah. Players they're losing, Tom Duffy to the Broncos. This is a big loss. Jordan McLean's retiring.
You're an idiot. You're a dead set idiot.
And Reece Robson is going to the Roosters.
Marnie for Robson, I don't mind. I think Marnie's shown how tough he plays. He can make 60 tackles. He's not as much of a runner as Robson is, but he can control that ruck. I think he's going to go okay.
What they need to do to improve, improve their defence.
Yeah, defence. It'll be interesting if they lose the first, say, 4 games. Peyton won't be there by the 5th game.
So I wrote, where do you think they'll finish next year? And I think that is a hard question, but if they don't fix their defence, they'll finish exactly where they got this year.
I'll give them benefit of the doubt and say they will fix it, and I think they'll finish. I reckon they got the potential to finish in the top 4.
Right. And you got to fit a lot of teams into the top 8. I think there's a lot of improvement in a lot of teams.
Yeah, but we're basing it on a full strength team.
Yep.
How they go, right?
Yep.
That doesn't happen.
I don't know if you agree with this.
Probably.
I think next year's comp's going to be off its head because I think this year's comp's a little down. A lot of teams are struggling. Even, you look at the Broncos have pretty much struggled all year. The Panthers have struggled all year. Yep. The Roosters weren't good. The Warriors fell apart at the end of the year. So when the whips are cracking, a lot of teams are just falling away based on injuries and whatever. Dogs started great, falling apart.
Yep.
So I think next year comp, I think there's a lot of teams that are going to cut. And this year reminds me a little bit of 2016 when the Cronulla fell over and won the comp.
Yeah,
it wasn't a great comp that year, and I just get the feeling this one's not.
This year is definitely that it's not a great comp.
Yeah,
but it is in the sense that we saw games that we saw, right? So it's more.
So there's been some good football.
It's just an even comp. Like any team on their day is turning up and winning.
Yeah,
except Newcastle. But other than that, we're seeing a comp that has, just the playing field is so much more even than I can remember it.
Yep. Okay.
Next is the Eels. 10 wins, 14 losses. For me, what went wrong was Mitchell Moses was injured for the first, 6 games, I think he was.
Yep.
And they lost all of them.
And I wrote exactly that, and then I wrote that it took a long time for them to learn their systems.
Yeah. They've played a lot better this year in the last few... towards the end of the year.
I have to be honest, I think they overachieved. I've said it before, they cut the guts out of the joint.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. As I said, look, what they need next year is to have a fully fit team on the field. They've found some very good key players in their number 1 and their number 6. But it all starts with Moses. If he's not on the field, they will not win. Yep. He has the best kicking game in the NRL for a long kicking game. He puts teams on the back foot. When he's playing, he's amazing. When he's not there, they are terrible. So I think that's where it starts. And I've said it numerous times, he's now battling time and age, and they're undefeated. We'll see. We'll see. If he's on the park, they're a good team. I still think forwards-wise, they're missing some front rowers because Junior Polo's getting a bit older now. I think that they've got some very good back rowers, but I don't think they've got that punch at the moment that's going to trouble some of the better teams.
Well, right, I wrote they really improved at the back end of the year and played some great footy with a very young side. So I think
got a lot of confidence.
The player group coming through a year older.
Yeah,
a lot of blokes got blooded. I think they'll be good for it. So new players coming to the club. Jack de Bellin's coming from the Dragons. Players that are moving on. Dylan Brown to Newcastle. I don't think it's any great loss. Bryce Cartwright got released. Sean Lane retired. And Smoking Joe Offengowie went to England. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more movement as they tinker with it. But what do they need to do to improve? And I wrote, keep Moses on the paddock and keep doing what they're doing.
It's as simple as that. They keep Moses on that paddock, they win. More games than they lose. They will finish in the top 8 if he stays fit for the whole year. It'll be interesting at Origin. If they are struggling leading up to Origin and he goes and plays Origin.
Gets hurt again.
Mate, it's a risk because he'll miss the 4 or 5 games that that he was scheduled to play. It's a risk.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So I think, in and around the 8, I just think there's a lot of teams on the improve and they may not get it all the way there.
Fair call.
Righto, next one.
Manly, 12 wins, 12 losses. I think Manly, I don't know. Manly was okay some games and terrible other games. Brookvale, they weren't even that much of a threat at Brookvale this year. Yep. So what went right for them? I just think that, I don't know. I
just thought that DCE just derailed them.
Yeah, they did because they started off so good against the Roosters. Was it against the Roosters? They round 1 they were like going to be the premiers. They were amazing, and then from there they just struggled. Tom Dravojevic is an interesting one because he was in the centres. He was fullback. He finished the year in career best form, and he needs to take that into next year and stay on the park. I think I don't think they're going to trouble for the 8 next year. So that's my opinion on them. I think what went right.
Not much.
Yeah, not much. I don't know. When you finish like 12 and 12, as I said, they beat some good teams. They lost to some bad teams. Inconsistent was a good word for them. They got some very good players. Interesting what they do with Matt Lodge. I thought he was very good for them.
They better sign him.
Well, he's unsigned at the moment.
Oh, it's insane.
So, I mean, if you need a front rower, like I'll be picking up the phone because he's freaking good, and he was injury free.
And if he gets a good preseason in him,
oh mate, he was injury free as well. Like he played lights out. He carried them forward. He did everything he needed to do. Scored a couple of tries. I think he's hopefully they sign him, but someone should sign him in Sydney at least. But yeah, I think they've got.
Is that the issue? He doesn't want to go anywhere but Sydney.
Oh, I think so.
Because Newcastle need a front rower.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. I think he would have to if they said, look, here's a couple of year deal, let's go. But, he's just built a house and on the northern beaches and got his boat and loves fishing, got the kids.
Do you want to tell him the story about how much of a good bloke he is?
He's a great bloke.
About his...
Yeah, I saw on Instagram the other day, he doesn't get any raps, obviously, because of a bit of his history, but this is a guy then on Instagram, puts a call out for any young, any families with kids that want to learn wrestling to come down for a training session on a Saturday morning. And he just off his own bat, no money, just with him, and he's got a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy that obviously, is well versed in that craft. And they just go down there and just teach kids how to wrestle as part of rugby league training, or again, just as part of, get out of the house and get away from a device. And he does it off his own bat. And he doesn't get any credit for it. And I just think, everyone's got a past, and I think he's paid.
Well, but his past is one night.
Yeah, and he's paid the price for it.
Like 1,000,000 times over.
Yeah.
But it's one night.
It is
We've all had one night.
When you're young and dumb.
Yeah. And especially young and dumb, an athlete with unlimited resources.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to get to this later, but it's one night.
Yeah. There are players, I know some things about some players in other codes that are far worse than what he did, and they're revered in their code. And I'm thinking, yes, he effed up. He also paid the compensation, which others don't, because it was in America. So he paid the compensation, which, just to put it all to bed. There are people that have assaulted people here that don't pay the compensation. They don't do anything, and they're allowed just to go on with life. But he answered everything asked of him, and what he's now doing, I think he just doesn't get credit for. I think when you're doing that for the community, just to say, hey, come down and we'll run you through some wrestling, just because he wants to and he loves to help out that community.
Giving back.
I think it's
there's
fantastic.
Not enough people doing that.
There's not, and I haven't heard a word of anyone advertising it. I just saw it on his Instagram where he just put a post out. If you're interested, come down, and he did it. So, good on him. But, so that's Manly.
So new players coming into the team. Jamal Fogarty's coming in from the Raiders.
Yep.
That's a very good pickup. Players of note moving on. Obviously, DCE's going to the Roosters. And this player, I can't believe they let this bloke go. Jake Arthur is going to Hull FC to be the man of steel.
He will be the man of steel. But no, so he was at Newcastle, obviously. So he started at Manly, went to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Must have been on loan there or something.
Yeah, it was a loan deal.
I'm going to tell you what, Luke Brooks needs to lift his game. He did not have a good season towards the end of the year. So
Agreed.
He's going to need to lift his
So
game.
what they need to do to improve is get the politics out of the joint.
Yeah.
And hope Fogarty fits into the shoes of DCE, fits their style, and I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they'll make the 8 next year. I think there's too many teams. I can't fit them all
I
in.
agree. I do agree.
So I got them finishing 12th next year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Our favourite second team, I think.
My second team
is the Fins Up Dolphins, 12 and 12. What went wrong? Injuries. They
Massive.
got smashed with injuries.
And still overachieved.
Yeah, they were brilliant. Loved watching them with a full cattle on the field at the one time. They are exceptional to watch. Katoa is. It was actually interesting. They were asking some of the rugby heads, well, now you're cashed up. What do you see? Like, are there any players in rugby league for the World Cup you'd look at? And they actually singled out Katoa.
Yeah.
Because he does have history in rugby union.
But he comes across as a very loyal person to me.
Oh, look, I don't know. I mean, loyalty's one thing, but then
money's another.
Money's another. But I think he'll be.
Well, that's why you hang out with me, because I'm the only bloke I can afford to.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. One of the most hurtful comments in my life.
For those wondering, when I went overseas with Dave to watch NFL and have the greatest trip of all time over a 2-week period, we were sledging each other one day, and
you went too far.
And I simply said to Dave, the only reason you're sitting here is because you're the only person I know that can afford to. And he's still hurt by that. But don't you act the victim. You have said some horrible things to me over time.
Which I won't be repeating here.
So Dolphins, Herbie Farnworth killed them. And I also think, the hammer runs off him a lot. And that's why I think when he got injured, the hammer's tries dried up a bit. He wasn't as effective. But they just had mass injuries. Katoa's going to be a superstar. Again, he'll keep developing next year.
Yep.
They're fine. If they stay fit, healthy, they will be a top 4 team.
Agreed. And their coach is ripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
They started off, I think, 0-5, 0-6?
Yeah, but it was pretty grim.
It was grim, and they just stuck to task. And I think the breakout game, was against the Storm, where they just put 40 on them. They were just incredible. So I love watching them. Can't wait to next year to see them keep going.
So I put what went right. Their attack was outstanding. It was the best in the comp.
Yep.
New players coming in. I don't know about this Cobbo signing. I know it's only a 1-year deal.
I love it.
Not a fan.
No, I love it.
Brad Snyder's coming from the Panthers.
It's good backup. Good backup player to have.
Yeah. Guys moving on. Kenny Bromwich is retiring.
Yeah.
Josh Kerr's going back to the Dragons. Mark Nichols, the try scorer from his last game, for retiring as well. And this is a shocker. Sean O'Sullivan is off contract and very unlikely to be signed.
I heard he's going somewhere. Where did I hear Sean O'Sullivan going? Anyway, I heard he's going somewhere.
To mow lawns at
No.
Penrith Park?
No, there was someone that was talking about picking him up. Anyway. Yeah, look, they've lost some. Mark Nichols, I think, is a bit of a loss because he's a good character to have. But he takes them forward. They've lost some, but they're going to be fine.
Oh, man, they got more forwards than you can poke a stick at.
They found some good one. I think
Plath and Gilbert and Flegler's got to come back.
Keeley, the new kid they found at lock forward. They've got.
I personally think Ray's going to struggle to get in.
Yeah, he might well do. He's got to just be.
He's 28 next year. He's getting old.
He's injured, mate. He's broken. I feel sorry for the bloke.
Anyway, what they need to do to improve is have less injuries. I know that's something you can't control.
I think we've said that for every team almost.
And where do you think they'll finish? You said 4. Oh, they'll make the 8 as far as I'm concerned.
Top 4, mate. I'm telling you now. I would not be surprised if they're all on the field. They will be top 2.
Okay. Well, I hope so because that will be awesome.
Because they just challenge you defensively. If they get everything right, and I think that coach is, as you said, I think he's a great coach. So yeah, so that's the 12th to 9th. We'll do the the 5th to 8th next week. All right, moving on to multis and tips. How'd you go last week, Dave?
I've had one missing in each game. So I had Storm head-to-head, Storm 1-12, and unders. I got done 38.5 on that game.
So you lost?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
How did you go?
I lost.
Oh, cool. Did you get anywhere near it?
Well, I picked the multi I had. I did get close. The multi I had lost with the dogs obviously fell apart. I then did a same game multi, which was very complex, and I had to read it twice. And out of all the legs, I was paying almost $14. Every leg got up except for Sam Walker, 8+ points. He scored 2.
You got 2.
Yeah, so every leg got up, but that's why I was paying $13. It was a bit of value.
My other multi was Coates anytime, Casey McLean anytime, Marky Mark anytime, Reece Walsh anytime. Coates didn't kick the ball to him, fuming. I was.
Yeah, that's sad.
That went out the door straight away. Then I did have a winner though, Jace. But we'll get to that later because that's in the quick NFL section.
All right. So moving on then to
this week's multis.
I haven't done a multi. I've only done a same game. 2 games. Didn't bother.
So I did 2 same games.
Yeah, well, I've only done the one same game. So I went in the Raiders Sharks. I've gone same game. Strange to score, Tamale to score, Sharks to score between 11 to 20 points at paying $10.
Okay, I had Weeks anytime, KL Iro anytime, Raiders head-to-head, $7.75.
Like it. Yep.
So that's Weeks, Iro,
yep,
Raiders head-to-head.
Like it.
In the second one, I have Casey McLean anytime because I like that place.
He scores every week.
Jacob Carraz anytime, Penrith head-to-head, $7.50.
That's good value, actually. I like that.
I'm be backing both of them.
Yeah, I might have a crack at that.
So stay off it, people, because you will lose.
I reckon you're like the darts, mate. You'll hit a bullseye eventually.
Well, I got one here. Need a bullseye.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Go.
All right. So in the NFL, the game of the week for me is the Lions and Baltimore.
Yes.
All right. I wanted to ask you a quick question about KC. Am I right that KC are cooked?
Yes.
Excellent. And I said that in the first.
Yes.
Yep.
You did, and yeah.
You argued with me.
Well, yeah, I did because they got the best quarterback in the NFL, but he has no one to throw to.
Yeah, at the moment.
Well, yeah, even Kelsey, mate, he dropped a sitter. He dropped a touchdown. Gone. Just dropped it in the end zone. Then it was intercepted by the Eagles.
Well, he's got all that changed. Taylor Swift money in his pockets. It's probably weighing him down.
Too. God love him.
My winning multi for the weekend was Green Bay, Ravens and Patriots. It paid $3.52. Thank you very much for everyone who got on that and had a winner.
Which is no one. Go.
Which was just me. And my multi this week is head-to-head Pats, Eagles, Bucks at $4.26.
My NFL, and I don't have the odds, it wasn't up when I did it, was so NFL touchdown scorers anytime. Jacobs in the Green Bay game, Bucky in the Tampa Bay game, Walker in the Seattle game, and your mate Daniel Jones in the Colts game. Don't know what it's paying yet. Odds weren't up when I looked at it.
Bloody Jones, Jesus Christ! You know the problem wasn't him, don't you? Hey?
Quite clearly. How your horse tip last week? How did that go?
I had Autumn Boy. I think ran second, and
so just say you lost.
Just Kicks ran third.
So Autumn Boy was what, paying about $3?
$2.80.
Wow, you're like your son. All right, mine was paying $9 and came second, so I got $3 plus the place. So that was each way betters. They made what's called a profit, which you don't get when you're backing $2 favourites each way. Well done.
Well, I saved my weekend, so
well, yeah,
I was happy.
You're awesome. Moving on this week, my horses are in Sydney Race 7, number 1, CO Wolf. If you bet with Sportsbet, they've actually got the promotion on the moment that if it comes anywhere other than first, you get your money back, which is pretty decent, up to $50. And Sydney Race 5, number 12, Birdman, with our good friend Kieran McAvoy aboard. It's paying $7, so get on that.
Mine are very brave this week. I got Race 8. The 1,400 metre sports bet Sir Rupert Clark Stakes.
Mate, just tell the race and be done. Come on.
No, I'm a professional. It's number 1, Another Will, which is a Kiramar horse, Jamie Mellon.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Mellon, yeah.
Yeah, so that's $5.
That used to be Jamie Carr.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's $5.50.
Okay.
I didn't know that. There you go. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Jamie Carr is now Jamie Mellon.
Okay. And then in Ramwick, race 8, the 7 stakes, 1,600 metres. I've got number 11, Fangirl.
Yeah, I'm sorry, is that race 7 or 8?
It is race 8.
Okay, scratch that, because mine, CO Wolf, I think, is the same race. So I said race 7. That's my mistake.
Oh, fighting them. So that's
7 stakes.
Waller and J-Mac.
Yeah, so you're on Fangirl in that race. I'm on CO Wolf.
Yep.
Okay.
All good?
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Let's see who the... Oh, I was going to say the best punter, but
neither of us. Get on Betfair and lay the shit out of them. All right, well, let's move on.
Listen, just on something. I am a bit upset.
Oh, God.
You said we are going to have a live audience this week.
I know, she didn't want to come.
And she brushed us.
She did.
So
My
a little upset. We're going to have
on children,
yes.
One, I do have to say happy birthday to my oldest, Brooke, for last week.
Happy birthday, Brookie.
She's dear. But tomorrow, my youngest turns 18. So
it's
happy
crazy,
birthday, Loz.
Happy birthday, Lozzie.
Yeah, so God help us all. Got an 18-year-old. That's not frightening at all. All right.
When's the wedding?
You're a shit human. You are the lowest person.
Agreed.
All right.
Agreed.
Let's go into you go your rant.
Okay. I personally think my rant of the week is about Reece Walsh.
Yep.
Right. And I personally think he should have been sent off.
Okay.
All right. I think he should have got at least 3 weeks.
Yep.
Right. And I believe that the NRL are going to have an epidemic of headbutts over the finals.
Okay.
All right.
You just think everyone's just going to start throwing headbutts?
Yep.
Okay.
So, but this isn't why I'm upset. This isn't what the rant's about. That was just some pretext to the event because we didn't discuss it before, right?
Yep.
I'm fuming because he should have. You don't agree that he should have been suspended, obviously.
I don't agree he shouldn't have been suspended.
Right. But I think that Reece Walsh is going to be another cautionary tale for athletes like Jared Hayne.
Oh, jeez.
No. Like, what did I have? You had a few rules, Blokes here, but I've lost my spot. Jace.
Yeah, well done. That's a great rant. Dave's
No,
rant's over.
I'm not over yet. So listen. The problem with these young blokes, and he's been on a tangent recently, right? Doing minor things and not really getting pulled up for it, etc., etc. And I know there's some other stuff that's not public that he's been getting in trouble for up there in Queensland that all these Queenslanders know about.
Okay, I don't know about that at all.
My worry with him is that he's going to one day, like he's redlining at the moment, and I didn't appreciate the fingers up at the crowd either. I didn't think that was appropriate.
No,
right?
I agree with that.
And then for the Broncos PR department to say they said something about his children, there's bloody 20,000 people there screaming their heads off, and he's going to be able to articulate one person's voice that said something about his kids. Like, this is bullshit.
That didn't happen. I agree.
No,
Yeah.
and that's the problem with the cover-ups and the club going out of its way and the NRL protecting him and constantly protecting him, and then you're going to end up with a situation where he goes too far and then he's cooked, right? Okay. And it's not only now when he's playing football. This could be 10 years down the track where he does something outside of football and ends up in trouble doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things.
Yep.
The issue that I have is that at some point you got to pull this bloke up and say, cut this shit out, and you're going to go out for a while and hurt your team and all that.
He's a Todd Carney waiting to happen.
He is. Absolutely. It is written in here that Todd Carney.
So
but
I don't even know.
But think about Todd Carney.
And I came
Todd Carney only hurt himself.
Yeah, of course he did.
Right?
That's what you do, though.
But this guy's not going to. This guy's going to go. He just thinks the rules don't apply to him.
Okay.
And there's a responsibility by the NRL and the Broncos to make sure that they maintain that he's responsible for his own actions.
Okay.
All right. That's my rant.
All right. So I'll respond to your rant, and I'll say that I agree that he has been in trouble. I think there was a cocaine incident a number of years ago. There was the toilet water doesn't bother me. I don't care. Now the headbutt, he lost his cool and he threw a headbutt. Okay.
So it was a headbutt.
Yeah, it was because it was a headbutt.
So he should have got sent off.
Okay, so I believe Ricky Stewart is probably the best coach in the NRL at the moment. That's my opinion. I know there's some big names in there. I think Ricky's outstanding. But what I don't agree with is Ricky Stewart saying that headbutt is a send-off every day of the week, okay? Because Ricky has very short memory. So in round 16, the Tigers play the Raiders, and his man, Smithers, is running the ball up, ball in hand, and he headbutts Pole, the front rower for the Tigers, in a deliberate action. Jerks a head back, headbutts him.
We should have been sent off.
Wasn't even penalised. Now, we want consistency in the NRL, right? So the NRL...
But that's got nothing to do with this situation.
It does, because what the NRL then did, when they reviewed it under the match review, was then to give him a grade 1 striking charge and a $1,500 fine. That's what Smithers got.
Yeah.
Reece Walsh did exactly the same thing, gets a grade 1 striking charge and a $1,500 fine.
Yeah.
What's the difference? One headbutt to another.
Well,
So you're saying both should have been sent off?
just because it's not the old English kiss.
Well,
You know,
it is.
But he drove his head into that bloke's chin.
If you punch someone in the game,
You get
you'll go for 10.
and you'll get suspended.
If you punch and knock him out and give him a broken jaw, you'll do 12 weeks. If you strike him and you barely knock his hair out of place, you're going to get a grade 1 and a fine. There is a difference between a headbutt and a serious headbutt. Like that was barely a strike. It's a grade 1. That's why they have gradings. My opinion is it's a grading. Now, I want any listener who disagrees with me to go back to round 16 and watch the headbutt that I'm talking about. It was very clear what that headbutt did.
On a Tigers player?
On a Tigers player.
He deserved it.
But I find it ironic that Ricky Stewart's there blowing up saying a headbutt every day of the week when he has a very short memory that only 3 months earlier his own player did it and wasn't even penalised.
Yeah, but my rant's not about the headbutt. My rant's about
your rant's about him, right? So, but I'm just adding to that, saying I agree that he will go down a path that has destruction about it if he is not held to account. I do agree with that. I also will
think
say,
about Cousins.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, when he's smoking ice in the corner, it might be an issue. Yeah, you're right. Like, I agree with you that he needs to be pulled up at some point. He does need to be pulled up. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes if they're doing that. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're doing something. I don't know. But I'm not going to crucify a kid so far for getting caught in a toilet with some Coke and for drinking toilet water and from throwing a headbutt on the field over a number of years. I'm not seeing anything and I'm not hearing anything that you're hearing, so I can't comment on it, right?
I just think they have a responsibility to make sure that this kid
agree with you 100%.
Understands that he is not bigger than the game and bigger than the community, and the rules do apply to him, and I do not think that is the case right now.
Where I disagree with you is that he should have got 3 weeks for this. I completely disagree.
Okay. Well, you're allowed to.
I agree wholeheartedly that sending Hudson Young to the sin bin was just the worst decision I've seen in rugby league. That was ridiculous. You sent someone off for sledging. It's ridiculous. Now,
so words and heads are the same thing?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
Now, my rant. Can I have my rant now?
Please.
My rant is simply, like, it's a positive one. How good is rugby league? Like, every game, 4 games over this weekend were just amazing. Like, I sat down, watched all of them, the intensity, the back and forth, the winning, like it was just incredible, capped off by one of the greatest games I've ever seen on Sunday. It was amazing to watch. Now, without shitting on other codes, which I will, but don't mean to, the AFL final series were blowout after blowout.
Yep.
It's just...
Well, I don't even know the scores because I don't give a shit.
Oh, no, I looked at them. They were blowout after blowout to the point where there just wasn't anything exciting about watching it after they ran out onto the field. The rugby union, it was an exciting game in the rugby union. I think Australia played Argentina, a sellout crowd, and that. The Aussies scored 4 tries to 1 and still lost. Like,
what?
Yeah, 4 tries to 1 and lost.
What?
Because
Penalties?
penalties, yeah.
Oh,
so
what a great game.
That's what I mean. Like, and then you watch rugby league and you go, yeah, it's a thug sport. They're bashing the crap out of the headbutt and everyone. But how great was it? Like, it was just amazing. And I loved watching every minute of it. I can't wait for these 2 games this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. It's a positive rant. It was fantastic and it's exciting.
I absolutely have loved this year.
Yeah.
And especially the last 8 weeks since we've been in here. To put another dimension to it, but
yeah, it has been really enjoyable, except the company, of course. But
you always got to add something.
I have to add something because you're just not a good person.
Okay.
But so you interrupted my rant with something trying to be positive.
You interrupted my last week
And this week.
Yeah. Sorry, I apologise for interrupting the talent.
But it just is great. I just love it. It's rugby league. It's just the best game. So sit down Saturday night, watch another great one. Watch another game Sunday. It's going to be fantastic. NFL from 3 a.m. on Monday. It's the best time of year.
I think we're Giants are Sunday night football.
They're subjecting us to that.
Yeah, I won't be watching.
Oh my Lord, they are so bad.
Yep.
I've even sent you some reels about one player in the New York Giants team gave away 5 penalties in the first opening drive.
Yep.
That is, I've never seen that in my life. He gave away that many penalties.
Is there a team that reminds you of the Giants?
I told you, the Tigers.
Yeah.
They're the Tigers of the NFL.
Yep.
We get good players and give them to other teams to be great players.
I could get technical with people to bore them. We'll talk about it later. But
no, don't bore the people. They're bored enough.
I'm not going to.
All right, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks again. That's another episode down and dusted. We're going to have a celebration when one of these multis win, so please keep backing them. I assure you we do put a lot of thought into them, even though it doesn't look like it. Anyway, thanks again, folks. Have a great week. Talk soon.
See you guys. Thank you. Bye.